Hello, and welcome to the show where I guess weekend update jokes. My name is Kara Minix, and today we're celebrating because, first of all, it's Halloween, which is why I'm dressed as a lumberjack who voted early. So you should also vote if you haven't already. We're also celebrating because I got something right last week, kind of. It was in the cold open, but I did get something right. Let's have a watch. And that's when Kate McKinnon comes in as Rudy Giuliani, and I ask her questions about both of these things, including, oh, were you really just tucking in your shirt?
What? What? No! No! It's not what it looks like. My microphone was stuck on my balls.
How can a blind person identify Hunter Biden?
Get ready for this truth bomb. Your son, Hunter, got $3 million from Moscow, and his friend, Tony Babadooey, has emails right there on the wet laptop from him. And our eyewitness saw everything, and he is blind.
All right. Isn't that fun? Now that we're done celebrating, let's go to tonight's top stories. Mike Pence has refused to quarantine after his chief of staff and multiple aides tested positive for coronavirus. He's continued to campaign in person around the country. At various times throughout Trump's presidency, I've said, we need some sort of designated survivor type event, but I didn't expect Trump and Pence to do it themselves. They're gonna take out the entire Republican Party with their personal COVID superspreader events. They probably don't even care as long as those people already voted for them. It doesn't matter if everyone that's been in contact with us and our staff die, as long as their votes have already been counted. At a campaign rally in Pennsylvania, Trump repeatedly taunted many prominent women, including Senator Kamala Harris, CBS's Leslie Stahl, NBC's Savannah Guthrie, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, before bragging about how much suburban women love him, which is not true. He also claimed Biden doesn't hold large rallies because nobody would show up, not because of Biden's actual excuse, which is the pandemic. This happened on the day that Pennsylvania officials reported the new single-day record for virus cases. See, I could compare Trump to a middle school bully who's overcompensating, but that's so boring and basic. This is why I'm so excited for the potential end to this presidency, whenever that might happen, because then I don't have to pretend that Trump jokes are funny or clever anymore. Judge Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed to the Supreme Court this week. I've made many, many Amy Coney Barrett jokes before, so just go watch those videos if you want to hear them. Hopefully they'll actually make some of those jokes on Weekend Update tonight, but I guess we'll see. It's Halloween! In the midst of a pandemic, trick-or-treating looks very different than normal. With more on this, please welcome 7-year-old trick-or-treater Atticus.
Hi, Kara! Happy Halloween! Boo!
Hi, Atticus. How are you doing?
I'm so good, Kara. I'm so excited. It's Halloween today. My mom made me a branch costume, and she let me wear it every night this week.
That's great. Did you say you're dressing up as a tree branch?
No, Branch from Trolls World Tour, the greatest movie I've ever seen. I watched it every single day for 5 months straight while my mommy had her quiet time.
Oh, that must be a really good movie if you've watched it that many times.
Kara, you haven't seen it? How have you not seen it? That's like saying you have never seen Frozen 2.
Well, I haven't seen that, actually.
What have you been doing? It's like you're purposefully ignorant.
Whoa, Atticus, that's some strong language.
That's what my mom always says when she talks to my grandma on the phone about the president.
Okay. Why don't we get back to talking about Halloween?
Oh, I am so excited to go trick-or-treating. I'm going to ask my mom if I can use a pillowcase this year to collect my candy like all of the big kids do. I already talked to my best friend Asher, and we're going to every single house in the entire neighborhood, except for Mrs. Henderson. She always gives out apples. Blah. But Asher is going to be Spider-Man this year. Of course, he thinks Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the best movie ever, but obviously is not.
So your mom is letting you go trick-or-treating this year?
What do you mean? It's Halloween, Kara.
I know, but with the pandemic going on, they're recommending that kids don't go trick-or-treating this year. Your mom hasn't talked to you about it?
What? No, my mom has not said anything about trick-or-treating this year. She just bought a bunch of candy and has been letting me eat it every single night this whole month, and she let me wear my costume all week, and I've had more screen time than usual this week, and she's been talking about how most of my friends aren't going trick-or-treating this year. Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry, Atticus. I thought your mom would have talked to you about this.
No, 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 no. Oh no.
It's okay, Atticus. You got to wear your costume and eat candy. I bet you even ate more candy than you would have gotten trick-or-treating.
But you don't understand, Kara. You are a grown-up. You haven't been a kid in like a million years. You could never understand how I feel. The only good thing in my life has been taken away from me, and my stupid mother didn't even have the decency to tell me to my face.
Okay, you don't have to be mean to your mom.
Oh, no. Oh, I want to say a bad, bad word, Kara. I've never said anything this bad before in my whole life, but I'm just so mad. I know I'm not allowed to, and Grandma says I'm going to HE double hockey sticks if I curse, but my mom is such a B word.
Atticus, it's not okay to say that about your mom.
But she is. She's a goddamn butthead, Kara.
Okay, that's enough, Atticus.
I can't believe she's taking trick-or-treating away from me. I gotta do something. Maybe I can take her grown-up juice away from her and see how she feels about that.
I don't think that's the solution. Honestly, it's not your mom's fault. We have to stay inside to keep everyone safe, remember?
Oh, I'm gonna run away. I swear to Jesus and his daddy that I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna go all the way to Long Island and move in with my mom's sister, who she says is a selfish asshole, and we only get to see on special occasions like Christmas and the anniversary of Grandpa's murder.
Okay, Atticus, I think that's enough talking about your mom. Why don't you look on the bright side? If you were going trick-or-treating right now, you wouldn't be able to be on this show tonight. Isn't that good?
I'm 7, Kara. Do you think any of this comedy makes any sense to me?
No, I guess you're right. At least you can look forward to Halloween next year.
That's a whole year from now. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Maybe a new Trolls movie will come out before then.
Oh, you think? That would be so fun. Maybe I could dress up as Branch again next Halloween.
That's the spirit. Thanks for being here, Atticus.
I'll see you next year, Kara. Oh, and my mom is a butthead.
In exciting science news, the moon is wet. There appears to be water on the surface of the moon where the sun shines, and not just in the cold shadowed places near the poles. With more easily available water on the moon, astronauts may have more space to bring other things with them should we ever go to the moon again. Presumably, they would bring more scientific equipment and things like that, or have more space to bring back samples. But can you imagine if they gave every astronaut more space to fill however they wanted? You'd end up with everything from bars of chocolate to somebody's cat on the next space mission. After all, the only way I can bring my beloved external hard drives with me is when I don't bring a water bottle. Kim Kardashian is facing backlash after taking her inner circle on a vacation to a private island. She claims everyone involved had COVID tests and quarantined for 2 weeks before the trip. But her family also claims that none of them have had plastic surgery, so it's more likely that they were actively open-mouth kissing Pence's chief of staff right before they got on the plane. Somehow I missed this joke, and it's arguably the best one in the whole bunch, so this is what you're getting. The Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Tampa Bay Rays to win the World Series. Dodgers player Justin Turner joined his team for celebration on the field shortly after having tested positive for COVID. Don't worry, actively spreading a deadly disease is just the new couch burning. After being stuck at home for months, some people are going all out on the Halloween decorations. One homeowners association ordered a woman to remove a strip club-inspired skeleton display, and the police have been called multiple times on a man's gruesome and realistic murder scene. You can tell from this headline that he lives in the suburbs, because if that happened in a city, everyone would just walk by like, that's none of my business. It's time for our weekly What's Going On with Rudy corner, where we see what's going on with Rudy Giuliani. This week has been another exciting one for Rudy. Fights broke out at a Jews for Trump rally in Manhattan this week. 11 people were arrested, and protesters screamed in Rudy Giuliani's face. Unfortunately, he's both used to that and into that. Giuliani's involvement was allegedly a coincidence as he was just driving through when he encountered the demonstration, but that seems a bit suspicious to me. It was also definitely a coincidence when I happened to be at the Javits Center during Comic-Con last year. I hope you can't see these sweatpants and slippers. Americans are buying guns at a record rate, including many people who've never previously owned a gun. Many are concerned about growing tensions around the country and want to be able to defend themselves. My main question is, what are they planning to do with a gun? Are you honestly telling me that someone who's so afraid of the Black Lives Matter movement that they bought a gun is going to go anywhere near the vicinity of an actual Black Lives Matter protest? They think there's going to be such a big riot that it overpowers police, and then Anne-Marie Saccarato is going to be the one to step in and stop the riot with her little pink pistol? Maybe it's just me, but I don't think I'd ever be able to shoot a gun at another person. Honestly, if they're so mad that they want to kill me, fine. At least then I won't have to worry about retiring after Social Security is all dried up. All over the country, people are waiting outside for hours in the cold for the sake of the election. Some waited at a Trump rally in Omaha and ended up in the hospital. Others are waiting in early voting lines in New York City. In either situation, you end up cold, sad, and stuck in a tiny room with food delivery being the only thing to look forward to. Researchers in the Netherlands 3D printed the world's smallest boat. It's only 3 micrometers long, and yet the deckhands are still arguing over who has to clean the bow on below deck. Colin just got married. I'm sure they'll do something, maybe some sort of crazy party situation at the end of Weekend Update, or Michael Che will make fun of him, or maybe Scarlett Johansson will even be on. If I were them, I'd have her on as a guest talking about how terrible married life is, but I don't know. But I'm sure they'll do something. I just don't have the time or energy to make something up about it, and it happened somewhat unexpectedly. I mean, for me, I don't know them, so, like, how was I supposed to know that it was gonna happen? Thanks for watching. I hope you liked our guest situation this week. I thought it'd be fun to have, like, an actual guest on. And so, obviously, I focused more on the guest thing than the jokes, because there weren't that many jokes, and they weren't that good. But, hopefully they'll have some of them on Weekend Update this week. I'm thinking that my best bet, or my best chance is Amy Coney Barrett jokes that I've done previously, and they'll talk about them this week because she did get confirmed. Or they might be so distracted by having Halloween, John Mulaney, and Colin Jost having just gotten married all in the same week that maybe they won't have, like, any news stuff in a Weekend Update. I wouldn't be that surprised if they were too busy having, like, random guests and crazy stuff. I think next week is the last planned week for them to have SNL because it's the election. Although they did say that they're going to do episodes for as long as it takes to call the election, so who knows? I'm hoping that they will take a break after next week so that I can take a break after next week. But we'll see. So thanks for watching. That's it, I guess. Make sure you vote. If you vote in New York, you also get a souvenir pen. Amazing. Okay, bye.